I actually found a way. Hopefully that works a little bit better than what I had before. Um, I never seen these people in my building, but I feel some type of way now. I feel like I really, really want to move now. Um, um. Oh shoot! Let me stop saying. Get this coat up in my eye. I really don't want to go out because it's the day after Thanksgiving, and y'all know how Black Friday is. But since it's like about 11 o'clock, hopefully all the people who are breaking their necks trying to get the same appliances and the same things that they get every single freaking year have gone. Have gone, okay? And I can swiftly go through my day and get the things that I need. Okay, let's see. So go get the SIM card. Now I have to go get a SIM card for my phone. Let me tell y'all something. Sometimes I made a video about this earlier. I want to say was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? But you really got to be careful with the people that are around you. They are some people that knew already that you were great. That you were great, y'all. Like, no comparison, and they envy you. They envy you for that. Like, and let me tell you, jealousy is a natural feeling, but it's when you take it to the point of no return, when you just keep doing it, you don't work on yourself and say, why am I jealous of this? Because usually when you feel that, you know that there's some things that you need to work on. There's something inside of somebody else that you need to work on. Oh shoot, y'all, why my nose be so crittery? Yeah, so I am figuring out more and more the enemy is very, very deceptive, and I don't care who it is. I constantly have to get rid of people. Not to say that I'm getting rid of every doggone body, because if you're getting rid of everybody, then that means you also need to revamp your life. Now, I've done that before because I really had to face some news for myself. I didn't think of myself as a high value person. Even though other people did, because I was put down all the time, most of my life. You are ugly, you are this. Even though other people told me other things and I got opportunities to do other things, dealing with beauty and dealing with just being a nice person and being a smart person, even those fields, it's a little bit harder. It's a little, it's tougher. It's tougher to stop me in my tracks when it's dealing with something about knowledge or education or something like that. But just when you're dealing with something that I have issues with, that I, have stings from previous notions and how people used to treat me when I was younger, about how I looked, how I was this, and things like that, it will make you feel like, no, I'm not the stuff. It wasn't until I looked at that recording. I didn't even want to see myself on that recording for when I did the pageant, because I was like, I don't want to get I think I did a horrible job. It was a lot of things that I knew I could have did differently, and even though I signed up 5 weeks before it was time for competition, I wasn't prepared before. But I knew God had directed me to go there. Okay, but anyhow, once I saw the performance, I saw that I actually was good. I was better than what I thought I was, and I had to laugh at that, because I was wondering why. Like, okay, I'm feeling like I'm doing all types of crazy. I'm doing all types of weird. I'm feeling really bad because I'm not amounting up to what I think I should be. And not taking into consideration the things that I've endured during this whole time. Going through cancer, just getting off months, even though it was earlier in the year, still, your body still needs to, recharge. Dealing with the financial hardships that I had, it was just, y'all, all types of stuff. So, I didn't understand why these women, even though they were saying they were nice, some of them were side piecing me. Like, and when I say side piecing, I mean, like, they'll be like, well, you're not going to embarrass me. You're not going to embarrass me looking like this. Like, what? Am I looking really rough? Well, you were, what else? They would ignore me. They would say, like, they wouldn't say bad things in front of, they would just ignore me and say little passive things to me. Now, there were some people who were just totally awesome and totally nice no matter what, and that was cool. You're going to find, just like people say, you're going to find people who are going to say crap. You're going to find those people who are just awesome inside and out. They're those type of people, and those are the people that I usually kick it with, because that's usually me. That's usually that's just me. But that was not the case. That's not always the case. You have to learn that it's not always the case. And when I saw everything that was going around, I saw how I was looking, how I was showing up, how, I went out there like as if nothing was happening. And a lot of those people didn't even know the outfits that I had to make within, 2 hours of competition. I had to make within 2 hours of competition, and, they were over there chilling. And for me, it was, hey, it was it was showing up. Like, when I saw that video, it let me know that I was showing up. My presence was showing up. There's no way that you could say, oh, I didn't have what it took. Like, even though I was looking at the things on the outside that I was, like, messing up. Like, I knew my walk was okay. My thing was, I think I could have touched up on some things with walking, but I knew that that's a strong point, pageant walking. Because if you're a girl who if you've ever been into pageantry, and pageantry takes a lot of money. People don't talk about that, the money that it takes, but it takes a lot of money. So you have to do a lot of work. Like, ain't nobody gonna try to spend no money on you if you sound like a pimping game, huh? Just like, but anywho, people aren't gonna spend money on you if you don't work on your craft. And for me, I knew from jump, I have to work on my walk. I've always, I might not have the best sponsors, but I have to work on my craft. I have to use what I have. And what I do have is a killer walk. What I do have is a great walk. And so I use that. And I let God do everything else. I can talk. I can, open my mouth and speak. It might not be the best words that come out my mouth, but I can use what I have and keep it moving. And most of all, my main gift is being unforgettable. People can say there's been pageants that I've lost. I had a pageant that I literally got a 0 on the interview. I had 8 pageants that were like this, okay? 8 pageants where I literally had a 0 for my interview because they didn't like my accent. That's literally what happened. And but guess what? From those pageants, from 3 of those pageants, I'm not even out of the 5. 3 of those pageants, I got contracts to go and model, even though I'm only 5'5" and a half. I'm only 5'5" and a half. I got contracts to go. Come on! I got contracts to go and do voiceovers. And the main contract I got was doing a medical commercial for sinus medication. So that's what I saw in those videos. That's what I saw in that recording. I was like, look, Belle might not have no clothes, but that leg work was there. Belle showed the people who she was. Belle showed And let me tell you, my goal definitely was not winning. I just thought that, it wasn't winning the title, because there can only be one. It would have been great if I did, thank God that I did. I'm really grateful that I did. But my mindset was already set on, there can only be one winner of this. So while I'm going for this one winner, why can I do something that I'm always going to be good at? And that's being unforgettable. That is being unforgettable. Okay? And that's what a lot of people really forget. That is a lot of things that people will forget, because let me tell you, a pageant title, a pageant system, a reign, even when you go and you win, like I just did, and it's a reign, it only lasts for 1 year. Okay? After that, someone else will be the next so-and-so, will be the next miss. Someone else will be the next so-and-so, okay? You have to make sure that you are the unforgettable, okay? It's the unforgettable that is remembered. It's the unforgettable that gets the assignments, okay? Prime example, okay? And everybody talks about Halle Berry, okay? I'm gonna tell you two people in the pageant world, how this has happened, okay? So people know about Vanessa Williams, okay, who was the first African American Miss America, okay? And then we know about what was the other one? Halle Berry, okay? So people talk about that. Who's got the better career, do you think? Now, Vanessa, let me tell you, because Miss Vanessa been punching bags and cashing checks for a minute, y'all. But think about it. I'm telling y'all, think about it. Who got the most? Who people talk about the most? Who get the most money? Who? Halle Berry. Halle Berry wasn't even, she did not even win. She was in the organization of pageants. She was in the MAOs. And if you guys don't know what MAOs means, Miss America organization. You got the MAOs, you got the AAs, that's All American. You got the USAOs. It's a whole bunch of organizations. People always think it's just one, or they always try to bring them all together, but it's not. Then you got the global organizations, the world organizations. With that, y'all, you think about it. She didn't win, but guess what? She got the opportunities of a lifetime, and that's what you have to remember when you're going into pageants and when you're going into pageantry. Okay? I know I jumped off topic. Well, it seems as if I jumped off topic because I was talking about people, and you have to be careful with who and what you are around. It kind of goes hand in hand. Oh my goodness, it's Saturday. I don't even want to go out here, but I gotta get this doggone SIM card. You have to be very, very careful of who and what you are going around, what they are doing, because that same energy never lies. You have to get away from toxic energy. People who are doing the same things that are not helping them. Because this is what's going to happen. When you make a change and you start doing things different, they're looking at you like, who the hell do you think you are? So now you are like a foreign virus, like something that is foreign to the body. Organism or something that's foreign to the body, it fights it as if it's dangerous. It tries to kill it off. Okay? That is the same concept that you are going to have to deal with when you are dealing. Come on, because you're ignorant. I didn't have to let you in. So this is the same thing that you're going to have to do. This is the same thing that you're going to have to do when you start changing. Slowly but surely cut them off. They are not helping you. And as a matter of fact, once you start doing it, and when I say cut them off, you're not saying, oh, I'm done with you. You're doing something different. Once they see that you're doing something different, you're going to see how they start treating you. Once they start treating you different, that's your opportunity to close the gate. Close the gate right there, slowly but surely. You don't have to make it a big scene, because I used to be like, well, maybe I hold her off. The longer you hold off, the worse it's going to get. Close that thing off. Close that thing off. If they start saying, oh, well, you was too big to win that title. I'm surprised you won that title being that heavy. And you did up. Close it off. Close them off. And it's usually coming from somebody who either wants your spot or didn't think you was worthy of getting a spot. You start seeing people for their true colors when you exceed their expectations, or they can't manipulate you the way that they feel like that they want to. You start seeing people's true colors. Say you can't go to a press conference that they already set you up for, and you say no. You see their true colors. You see what they are about. You see what they do. So cut them off. I don't care how much they done for you in the past, because some of these people will listen. These people know about the law of giving and all that. They do everything systematic. You thinking that they doing things because they love you and they care. And some people, that's how they show their affection. They love and they care and they go that way. But a lot of these snakes, they doing it just so they can get a seat at your table. So then when they at the table, they're going to try to slide and push you out the way. So watch those people. I literally had to do that recently, and I was like, looking at this, I was like, dang, God, thank you for that opportunity. Thank you for that sauce. Thank you for that information. Thank you for those nuggets, because I thought that I could stay and do the same things and have the same blessings around me. What kind of food do you think God is? What kind of food? Listen. Light and darkness can't stay in the same area. It can't. Okay? Even though we wanna make it feel as if it does. Listen, when one spot gets dirty, it's all dirty. When it gets clean, it's clean. There's no in between. When you're dealing with people who are like that. Toxic people who haven't worked on themselves, or they want what you got. Now, in order for you to understand it, and a lot of people think that that's hate. I used to think that too when I grew up, and they'd be like, well, this person, they stopped talking to their family member when they did this, and how can they not forgive? It's like, okay, that's true. But when I got older, I understood that now you can forgive, but you don't forget how they hurt you. You don't forget what they did. You don't forget, because guess what? The time that you forget, the Bible even tells you that. The time that you forget and you act, see, if you forget, then that means you'll end up going back to the same way that they did before. Which I was dealing with, y'all. They gonna come that way. They gonna come that same way. Like, don't. Where are y'all coming from? Go home. But they're going to do it. They're going to do it, y'all, and they'll keep doing it unless you change it. Not them, you. Now, you can't even go, but you're going to sit there and force your way through. Y'all ain't even going. Come on. Baby, you can't even turn, so go on. But look at this line, y'all. I don't even really want to freaking get up here and go. I got to go get my phone. Yeah, and let me tell you, when you're dealing with people who are like this, these people will go by any means to tear up your life. They'll do anything by any means necessary to go and tear up your life. And when I say that, I mean that with all sincerity. With all truthfulness. These people, if they can't beat you up front and they can't beat you by separating you from other people, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try to go behind the scenes. I done had it happen to me so many times. And it's so hurtful when God showed me who doing the crazy stuff spiritually. They're going to go and start turning to the dark arts. They're going to go and start doing, they're going to try to wait till you get to your weakest moment. They're going to try to surround you around. First, they try to isolate you. That's another thing. They try to isolate you. They'll pick off some stuff. I done had other people who do this, y'all. Abuse, people who've been abused, this is the thing. If you ever been abused before, you know how it hurts, and you know, usually you know how manipulation is played. Okay? Because if you saying you've been abused, usually it don't abuse don't start out physical. Abuse usually start out emotionally and spiritually, and you can tell it right off a mile away. You could tell it from a mile away, like when somebody coming with some bull crap. So one thing about abused people, that people who are not for you and are manipulative, these are the ones who you really need to worry about, the covert, not the overt. I'm not saying not to worry about them, but at least you know where they stand. At least you know where they stand. Okay? But those covert ones, they're gonna act like they're your friends. They're gonna act like they are supporting you. They're going to act like they are the helpers and the saviors of the world. And they see that you're at your weakest moment, so they're gonna help you with a little bit of things. They're gonna try to build your confidence just a little bit, and then try to swoop you back down, y'all. I done seen, nobody can tell me nothing different, because I've seen it. I've seen it and I witnessed it for myself. Okay? I witnessed it. I've been through it. And I've seen it for myself. So, when people say, "Oh no, that doesn't happen," yes, it is. Okay? Yes, it is. And oh, shoot. Okay. And while people are talking, which cracks me up, because when they talk about the N-word, narcissism stuff, they always talk about the dominant spirit, the twisted spirit, and they don't even, it's a man and guys are narcissists. No, baby, that's not always true. If that was the case, why do you see the spirit of the woman? But anywho, most of these people who are manipulative, they come out as like, and I'm telling y'all, for me, they come out as nurturers, like mother figures. They'll come out and they see that hole. They see that hole in your heart, baby. See, some of them other people, they not gonna see it, but the people who are highly skilled, they'll see it. They'll see it. And like I said, they'll go and they'll see that you're wounded, and they're gonna point out to you. See, this is how people will do. And you gotta watch for these people, because the ones that are pointing out the people who are telling you who are doing wrong around you and all this other stuff. If they never tell you what you need to do to get better, but they always comfort you, "Oh no, that's okay." They don't tell you, "Well, you need to do this to end up to making yourself better, to protect yourself. You need to get more wiser. Stop acting like you're 2 years old." Then guess what? Yeah, they're manipulative too. They're gonna try to use everything and then try to drop the ball. At the last minute. And try to drop the ball when you need it the most. I've seen this so many times, y'all. And some of the ways when you have to get out of a situation like that, don't feel bad. Don't feel upset. If you feel like you're being manipulated or being tag teamed to go into a process that you don't want to do, it is okay to say no. It's okay to change your mind at any time and say no. People who think that, "Oh, well, you should have told them before." Well, look, you might not have had the courage to do it. You might have been contemplating, maybe thinking that you shouldn't do that because this person is good, and you always thinking about the things that they've done. But those manipulative people, they know exactly what they did. They know exactly what they did, and they know how the mind works. So that while you're contemplating, they're just waiting on you to, to make a decision and say, "Oh yeah, you're gonna do it," or no. Because once you say no, they're gonna try to bring you in by telling you, "Oh well, why not?" and try to bring everything. They're gonna try to turn everything around. So when you see manipulation at any cost, at any time in your life, cut them bastards off. I said it. Cut them off. I don't care who it is. It could be your best friend from freaking high school. It could be your best friend from when y'all was in the tub. I done lost friends who I had since I was little knee high, because guess what? They always started, I never thought of that of them, but they always thought of me as the bummy little girl who nobody was going to want. The girl that everybody else was going to pick over, you know. And then when it's your turn to shine, because people don't know about life and how you work on yourself and how life really works, you know. Because, you know, you can't be popular all the time. If you do, usually that's a big front, and you don't really care about popularity when you get really older. If anything, you kind of want to be a little bit away if you're doing anything worthwhile. And people start seeing that, and life starts to hit them, and they start seeing what true value really is, then, you know, they really start hating on you then. They really start hating on you then. So, I'm making this video because, honestly, this is my declaration. Cut them people off. If they are not going in the direction that you want to go in. If they eat all the doggone time, you got an issue with eating. I had to do this too. And you say you're going to eat healthy, and every time you're going to eat healthy, they want to go out to a buffet, or they want to go do something, and why can't you do this, and you feel bad? Listen, they not respecting what you're saying. Cut them off. If you say that you're not into, I used to do tarot cards, I used to be into zodiac, so tough, I don't do that anymore, and they're just constantly putting it, it's time to cut them fools off. They don't care about what you respect, you know. They're not, and that's not to say that, oh yeah, I can be cool with everybody or cordial. You can be cordial with them, but understand, in those dynamics, it's either you're compromising what you want or they're compromising what they want. So why would you want to be around? Why do you want to compromise? Why don't you be with somebody or be around a group who's doing the things that you want to do? You know, and let them find the group that's good for them. Because in reality, they'll never be happy when they in the group around the same people that are like them. Because guess what? When people who are manipulative like that, they don't respect what you're saying, they're putting you down, it's always somebody else grimier than them. They don't understand that. And then that's their time when they got to act like a victim. That's their time when they got to act like a poor little victim. They want to cry. They want to do all that. They want to boo-hoo. Cut them fools off. And honestly, if anyone is watching this and you feel like I'm talking to you, I'm probably not, because you're able to watch this. So, but if you feel that way, hey, by all means, and you feel like you don't need to talk to me the same way, cut me off. Cut me off. This is about growth. Okay? So, I'm going to get off of here. I got to get up into this building. And, yeah, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Please stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem, and thank you so very much. Bye.